Hi, Sarah. Colony is set in a dystopian future, but it's not the first time we watch a TV series, a dystopia on TV series. Why is different Colony?
Well, I think Colony explores a family's attempt to survive a dictatorship. And because of that, it's rooted in a lot of history. It's rooted in the Nazi occupation of Paris, but you could just as easily talk about Franco in Spain or the dictatorships in Argentina and Chile, all over the world. And so Colony is a very grounded, very realistic show that I think more than anything is a story about a family.
And your character, Katie, is a strong and independent woman, and she doesn't need to follow her husband. Do you think there are enough characters as Katie on TV?
I definitely think there are more than there were before. It used to be very, very rare for there to be a character like this. In fact, one of the reasons that I took this job is because when I looked at the script for the first time, she was the most fully formed female character that I'd ever read. We're getting better when it comes to stories like this for women. I think we will continue to get better as we have more women writing, more women directing, more women operating cameras. It's not enough to have just one. You know, when we have 50%, then we'll have more female stories.
And Colony is not only a dystopian TV show. It has betrayals and secrets, especially your character.
You know, it's interesting. I think often when a male character puts somebody at risk in order to follow his beliefs, we call him a hero. It's interesting to me that people talk about betrayal with Katie as though she was having an affair. She's acting on her own moral and ethical decisions in order to stand up and fight not only for her own family, but for all of the families in the block. So to me, I don't think it's about betrayal. I think when she chooses not to tell her husband, son, what she's doing, it's because he needs to not know, because it keeps him safer if he doesn't know.
And Charlie is one of your sons. He has been kidnapped, but why Sarah doesn't search for him more actively?
Well, he hasn't been kidnapped. He's been separated from the family during the arrival. And so knowing that the occupying forces are absolute in their control, I think Katie's response is to fight the entire occupation, knowing that if she can end the occupation, she can find her son. She doesn't have any way of knowing where he could be. And so that becomes Will's journey through his collaboration to try and learn more specifically about where he is.
And you were on The Walking Dead as Lori. I don't know if you are continue watching the TV show.
I never saw the show.
You never saw the show. It's possible you came back to The Walking Dead?
I don't know. I don't know that I would recognize the show. So many of the people that I started the show with have moved on to do other things. Scott Gimple is the showrunner now. I love him. I think he's a wonderful writer. Gail Ann Hurd, who produced it, is a good friend of mine. She's producing a movie that I wrote. I suppose it would be possible, but right now I have a few other jobs, and I don't know that there would be time to make that happen.
And talking about other jobs in which you have, Fox has renewed Prison Break for a sixth season. How you can tell us about that?
I don't know that Fox has renewed the show for a 6th season. If they have, that's happened in the last week, and I haven't been around to know about it. I know they've ordered a pilot script, but as far as I know, they haven't decided to fund an entire season. So it's not at the point yet where they're talking to the actors. You know, Paul Schering is the one that they've ordered the pilot script from. I think he's a brilliant writer. I've always loved working for Paul. It's a character that I really value. So if there's a way to make it work and it's good, I would love to do it. But I also want to make sure that if we are going to go back and do another season, it's a season that honors the characters and honors the fans.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Cheers.